I gotta clean the shit off the walls.
We're here interviewing the band, the Cleveland Steamers.
Oi.
Oi.
And we're going to find out the origins of the band, how they got started. So how'd y'all get it going, guys?
Well, we both liked music for a long time. We've really been in the music scene for a very long time.
Yeah.
In fact, most people say that music originated in San Antonio, Texas.
Where we're from and all. The Lone Star State.
That's right. Don't forget the Alamo. Is that what they're saying?
Right.
Right.
Big hair.
Right. With Dad, he was really into it. He was a rodeo clown.
Great.
Yeah, great. One of the greatest rodeo clowns. He could take it from a bull like no one else can.
Beryl Jenkins, was it, right?
Right.
Right.
Yes. Very famous.
Right.
In fact, look, that was his famous pose. Like, where you can.
Oh, that was so spot on.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Crazy.
I know. A lot of people say I can mimic me dad like that. Just that was his look. That was his look in the jumper, or whatever. But yeah, Dad was a rodeo clown, and Mom, she was a waitress. She was a waitress in the lounge at the airport, and so between those two, we just got into music. I actually started with the xylophone. Very expensive play school. Made this great xylophone.
Yeah, Mom bought it for you, right?
That's
it had
right.
the different colours. So you
That's
could,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because I am colorblind, so it was kind of weird for me to play it, and I think that's where I got my freestyle on.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't really see the colors, I just played, and I think just the free form playing on the xylophone. And,
It's very organic.
Yeah, very organic music. But how did you start?
Well, I always liked the oh, what was it called? That disco crap on the TV.
Right. Yeah.
Soul Train. Yes.
Soul Train.
Soul Train.
Oh.
I watched that show 24 hours a day.
24 hours a day.
I loved it, and so I got into the groove and found it very kitschy. It was, and so I always found that kind of thing for music, and we kind of played off each other.
Yes. It was kind of weird because you wouldn't think the xylophone would go with the Soul Train music, but it did work.
Yeah, it did.
It did work.
Yeah,
It
right.
did work, yeah.
Okay, well, now that we have your background, how did the band get started?
Oh, very memorable experience. There was a big rib festival.
It's
down.
big in San Antonio.
Yes, eating lots of. I brought my xylophone, and not many people know. I was sort of in the pyrotechnics, making things explode and stuff. But I found a way to wire my xylophone up to the PA and give it some different wah-wahs, if you could say.
Yep. You set yourself on fire a couple times before we went there.
Right. First it was by accident. I actually set myself on fire because I was spilt gas on me trousers, and got too close to one of the cookers for the barbecue. Set myself on fire, and after they put me out, a gentleman came by and says, "That's amazing. How do you do that every show?" And right then I knew I had something I had to carry on.
I thought he was fucking bonkers, but
No, it's true. It hurt a little bit. Went through lots of clothes. Yeah, went through lots of clothes. There was a black gentleman.
right.
A black gentleman from one of the rib booths, and he actually gave us tickets. He gave us tickets to stop playing, which was quite interesting.
I didn't know how to take it. I mean, it was cool we got the tickets and all, but
Right. I mean, it was tickets for a concert and stuff, but it was tickets to the
Fat Boys.
the Fat Boys. Right. The Fat
Never
Boys.
heard of the Fat Boys.
Never heard of the Fat Boys, and we always want to experience new music. And
Well, I was really interested in going to the concert because I had a little side project at the time doing Cock Moulds.
right, the big old Cock Moulds.
Yeah, I would go to shows and I would make the Cock Moulds of the bands and everything like that.
We got into a lot of concerts because of that.
Well, you know, I mean, I really like to do the Cock Moulds.
It was amazing. You'd be surprised how many places you get into when you say, "Oh, I'd like to do an impression of your cock. Can we get in,
We
please?"
thought of the Fat Boys, and I have never seen an Aborigines cock, so it intrigued me. So I think that's why we really went there in the first place. Yeah.
Well, our father, dad, first helped her with the Cock Moulds and stuff, but then she branched out into
I think that was my best one.
Yeah, right. That was spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on. Spot on. You know, of course, we got backstage because all my sister had.
Had my gear and all.
Right,
In
she
a
had
backpack.
in a
and
backpack
such.
and in a knapsack and stuff, and all my sister had to do was says, "Oh, I do cock compressions. You want one?" And we get in. And we go backstage, and not many people know the Fat Boys was actually a quartet. There were actually 4 of them.
Yeah.
The 3 black blokes, but then there was a white bloke. Not many people know about.
Yeah.
Not many people know about. There was a white bloke, and we come around the corner backstage, and there's this bloke lying on the floor.
Right, passed out cold.
Yeah, passed out cold, seeming in his own vomit. Passed out in his own vomit, seemingly, and I almost tripped over his feet. I was like, "Oi, mate, get out of the fucking way! My sister's trying to do cock impressions of the Fat Boys."
But I was really interested too. The whole spread of the food and everything was quite impressive.
Well, it was the Fat Boys.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was the Fat Boys. They definitely had the chicken fried steak and donuts.
Delicious.
Never thought 2 things would go together like that. But so this bloke was passed out on the floor, seeming his own vomit. Donuts spread everywhere, and little sprinkles on his lips. Little sprinkles.
I remember that. It was a multicolour.
Yeah, the green of the boil and the pink sprinkles really set things off. I think that's what caught me eye. And I was like, "Oi, mate, you know, good on you if you want to do that, but you're lying in your own vomit, mate. You know, get up and clean yourself off. You know, what are you doing in your own vomit, mate?" And this is really the crux of the band. He looked up at me with these striking eyes, in the vomit and sprinkles still dribbling off his chin. And I said, "Oi, you're laying in your own vomit, mate. What are you doing?" He looked up at me with his eyes and he said, "I like to party." Yeah,
It's quite beautiful.
it's quite beautiful. And those words, "I like to party," it did it for me. I was like, this man's got something. Of course, then he said, "You want to see me slide flute?" I thought it was a bit fruity, but yeah.